I'm Ewaenruwa. Welcome to Bible Verse Breakdown. The verse we're going to be exploring today is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1, where Isaiah the prophet stated, "Arise, shine, for thy light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee." So the main question you might be having is, why do we need to exactly arise and shine? And how does the glory of the Lord shine upon us, right? So if we look at how the Israelites were delivered from Egypt, the entire event and story having to do with that, we can see that it has to do with arising and shining. Essentially, God told Abraham in Genesis chapter 15 in verses 13 and 14 that the Israelites would be in bondage for 400 years. And if we look at it, the Israelites couldn't deliver themselves. The bondage was very heavy upon them. They were heavily afflicted. If you read Exodus chapter 2 from verses 23 to 25. And God saw that affliction and he wanted to rescue them from it so that he could set up a nation and make them be his people, according to Exodus chapter 19 from verses 4 to 6. So by the time he brought Moses in and said that he was going to use him to deliver the Israelites from Egypt, that was their time to arise, because this was now they were going to be delivered by God. The glory of God has now come upon them. And if you read the story, the 10 plagues ravaged the Egyptians until they couldn't hold them anymore. They were shaken and then they were released. And in Exodus chapter 15, they celebrated the fact that they could now arise. And the idea of arising is that when we see the deliverance that God performs, we have to be excited about it and then use that freedom to serve God actively and faithfully. For example, if you look at the generation of people who went to the land, that is, the children of those who God had killed for disobeying him and so on, those people, they used the freedom that God gave them in the land of Canaan to serve God properly. They, at that time, didn't go to idolatry or any of those stuff that the Israelites later did. They stuck to what God wanted and they took advantage of the freedom God gave to them. And what I just talked about concerning the Jews is antitypical of the kind of freedom that God has promised humanity in our time and the way God expects us to arise and shine to receive our inheritance. If you read Haggai chapter 2 in verses 6 and 7, it described how God intended on establishing the desire of all nations in our time. And what is the desire of all nations? Well, peace, freedom, ability to say what you like and believe in what you want to believe in, right? An egalitarian world where there aren't these huge people of an elite class who preside over the lives of everyone else. You can't even control what you want to do anymore. That used to be how the entire world worked, and few people really opposed that heavily. But we see that in the 20th century, there was huge opposition to that. All of a sudden, everybody just started talking about freedom for all different kinds of people, for all different kinds of reasons. And this was all driven by God. And if you read Isaiah chapter 2 verse 2, we see that all nations shall move in that direction. No one can say, oh, we don't like freedom. We want to continue with oppression and slavery and all that. Those people have been left behind. And the few countries that still kind of want that system, they're under serious pressure by countries that have moved on to a more free environment. So that is talking about how the whole world is moving in that direction. And we're expected to arise and shine to that by understanding the fact that God has come to rescue us, and then we use the freedom that has already come in the world to serve him more actively and faithfully. It was described by Jesus Christ in Matthew chapter 24 verse 31 as a trumpet that will be sounded. And when that trumpet is sounded, the people then come in and begin to dance and praise God by serving him the way he wants to be served. So that is how we arise and shine, and how the glory of God has come upon us. And that is where I'm going to stop on discussing that verse, Isaiah chapter 60 verse 1, which once again reads, "Arise, shine, for thy light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. If you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when we come out with our next verse breakdown. Have a great day, and God bless you.